Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy, and it's Perseverance, Castaway Chronicles, and it's episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, it is for me, of course. This is so exciting. Now, before we get into it, let me tell you why I'm so enthralled with this game. Well, the concept of legacy game, of just having one board that you're using all the time through the 20 game campaign is a little bit stale for me. Ripping up cards and all that stuff is such redundant. I hate the fact that your game will be destroyed at the end of it, etc. For me, my library is something that will be passed on through the generations, as if you've been collecting fantastic games on Kickstarter and Gamefound, you know your curated collection will be passed down, of course. Anyhow, so Perseverance, yes, it does have a campaign that goes between volumes 1 to 4. I love this. And we are going to the original archive view of this crowdfunding, and we'll go to the current view later. But so what happened in episode 1, then quick refresh, you land on the beach as your cruise ship crashes on the beach and the island is full of dinosaurs. Oh my goodness. So in volume 1 you're rushing to put up a defense, and it's a medium weight worker placement. Now hold the phone. Medium weight? What the hell does that? Well, it's not friendly to beginners, is it? Well, actually, volume 1 in the series is supposed to be the tutorial to the medium weight. So, yeah, start them with volume 1 and heck, get them on that campaign. So you've got 4 nights where you jump between each episode, and each episode, as it changes the board and it changes the gameplay. Now, Mindclash games, they are known to have heavy games that have expansions that make them really heavy, like brain-burning heavy. But here, this one, episode 2 considers medium heavy, but it's going to go back down to medium for 3 and 4. So it has almost its pinnacle at 2 for difficulty, and then it gets easier. In episode 2, you're actually pushing out from the wall and you are destroying the dinosaurs, and you do find a mysterious temple in episode 2, and that's going to lead into episode 3. Episode 3, you're going to be finding more of these temples and realise that you are getting some interesting stuff that'll bleed into 4, which will either let you get off the island or you will face the attack of the ancients that will come and get you. So a really interesting storyline. Now, Mindclash games, this is the Magnus opus. They've said this themselves. They've been working on it almost 7 years now, and it's still not finished. Episode 3 is 90% through. Episode 4 is 60% through. They're hoping to have a what do you call it? You could be able to test it on Tabletop Simulator. There we go. You'll be able to test episode 4 on Tabletop Simulator sometime in February. So that's basically what I'm waiting for. I'm just waiting to see if 4 how that's going to work, because it does go 2 ways on it. So once I find out, then I will lock down the pledge, of course. But it's going to be maybe late February when I lock down the pledge, if everything is looking good. And the pledge is going to be open up until November, is my understanding. So you've got like lots of time to come in here, but it's going to be 2 giant boxes, and you're going to have an extra box that does the legacy campaign between them all. Legacy in that you bring over experience, and you basically have some components that will come into the next game to kind of give you more focus on what you're doing in the next episode. Of course, you can play each episode on their own and all this good stuff. Now, Mindclash games, you can see there is a team of 4 on here. There is a missing designer that worked on episode 1 and 2, but the missing designer, he's a part-time board game designer and he's a fireman, and it was just too much for him to come onto this project because of the intensity of it. So, and he's a fireman, so he was basically doing board game design for free when he was doing the first episodes 1 and 2, almost like an intern. But alas, he's gone back to firefighting, and that's an interesting job in itself. Boxes are beautiful. The art team and Mindclash team have done a number on all the episodes. It looks so incredibly nice, and we are going to go on a nice journey where we go through the updates and look at some of the art on the cards, which is going to be fantastic. You'll notice some of these components in episode 3. You are going to be able to tame these dinosaurs and use these dinosaurs to actually fight the other dinosaurs and stuff like that. Really interesting temple design, and they do come painted as well. There was no real stretch goals because they've been pimping out. Now it says it's our most ambitious project that I've been working on for over 6 years. Yeah, but we're in 2024 now, so it's 7 years, and it's not going to come out until next year. So that's 8 years. So it's going to be an 8-year development when you get this. It's not coming out until 2025. So episode 1, you've got the base defense, temporary cooperation. Yes, because it is a competitive worker placement, but you are technically helping each other, so it has a semi-help. You are trying to stop dinosaurs coming in and wrecking the village, of course, so that's kind of what the semi thing's coming in. Number 2, you're going to be engine building. Yes, each player gets a unique player board that they can build an engine for themselves and become unique, and you will be expanding on the hex base map as you go out and adventure on the island. Some of the dinosaurs are passive as well, so interesting stuff. And you can build stuff out on the hex-based expansion and put more worker placement spots. So yeah, it opens itself up. It's a real kind of meaty Euro, but what I love about it is the theme is very rich, and a lot of the stuff you're doing is kind of makes thematic sense. So it almost has a roleplay feeling, where you're sending your worker to defend the fence because a dinosaur is coming. It's so cool. Or you're sending your worker to actually help make more food, as there is a problem with population starting to get hungry and stuff like this. But an episode 4, just jump to this one, battling the ancients. You see a picture here of them coming for you with a unique dinosaur here, episode 4, and ship building. So this is your escape, so it's going to be awesome. Each game is roughly 2 to 3 hours, depending on if you've got anyone new to the game, but as long as you pick episode 1, you should be okay. You don't want to bring people in at any other episode, because the first one is supposed to be a tutorial. Anachrony. These games that you see here, you will be able to buy these in the Pledge Manager now, and with all the expansions apart from the giant boxes that were on the Kickstarters, or I think the Tricerion one, you can get the big box expansion. But Voidfall, no, and Anachrony, no. Quick thing about this, Anachrony is a heavy Euro, time traveling, looks fantastic, does have an expansion to make it super heavy. Voidfall is a brain-burning worker placement that is heavy and has instructions where you can make it even more brain burn heavy as well. It is kind of super extreme. If you like your heavy Euros, Voidfall should be kind of on your radar. And Tricerion, this is kind of the oldest title, and where you play a magician. I'm not really interested in that, doesn't really interest me, but Voidfall and Anachrony I've been looking at recently. So it does have a nice story. You get like a comic book as it tells a story. The pictures are wonderful to explain kind of what's going on. And you have got playthroughs 1 to 3. We're hoping to get one from episode 4 before I lock. But I'm about 99% happy with what I'm getting here in this kind of legacy style campaign Euro game. And I want to say Ameritrash, but it's Hungarian Trash, as the team is based in Hungary. Anyway, So episode 3, dino taming, you've got unique minis for all this, and using dinosaurs to kill other dinosaurs. You can see your tableau here getting longer, worker placement spots going out on the board, and and there's one thing I should mention is if you play Volume 1 and 2, some of the dice rolls are a little bit swingy, so there is a non-deterministic or deterministic rule book, and a lot of people that play the game play the deterministic rules. It's like an additional rules in the rule book, and all that good stuff. So Tabletop Simulator, you can play 1, 2 and 3 if you need to go back to the raw Kickstarter to get episode 3 and all that good stuff. But look at the table presence, it looks spectacular. This is going to be episode 4, isn't it, with the people attacking from the north, like waves again. They're going to be more aggressive in episode 4, and you're going to be building that boat, I guess, to try and escape. This is going to be great, that final chapter. Right. Fight back the ancients. And I think the temples give you unique powers as well, which is really nice. And here's the chance to rebuild the boat. It looks completely different than the cruise ship you were on. Couple of things to mention then. The Dissenters, the solo mode, you can bring this into 2-player, and you can use these Dissenters in your 2-player game in episodes 1 and 2 as well. They kind of steal spots on the board and get in your way, and they do stupid things which make you have to go and fix what they've just done. So it's like an awkward player that just kind of gets in your way, and but that's going to be really cool to add into the game at 2-player. Chronicle mode, this is the expansion of adding a continuous storyline through the 4 games. It's going to be wonderful. Right, I don't really want to get into any of the stuff regarding episode 1 and 2 stuff if you've got that, because you probably know what's going on here. I'm coming in here as someone who is coming to get it all. There is a wash that you can put on them. It's fairly expensive, but hey. Language pack's pretty cheap actually, and it's but if you're getting it language pack for all 4 episodes, it then jumps to €20. Luckily, my game group speak English here in Mexico. Already pimped out in the box. Look at these beautiful artifacts, temples that are pre-painted. You've got metal markers. The card art looks amazing. The landmark tiles, you can actually see on these landmark tiles they've got art on them. In some of the videos up there it doesn't have art, but you can see that this is the intention that you are building. You can see the buildings you're doing, and it just looks fantastic. Oh yes. These miniatures you're using as well, I'm wondering if they're going to age these from episodes 1 and 2. Like, for example, Keone, is he growing a beard from the episode? Or Jack? I'm not sure of the time between the episodes in the timeline, but that'd be interesting if we could see some growth. Beautiful boards. They switch sides as well, so you've got a 1 to 2 player and a 3 to 4 player side. Like one's a day and one's a night cycle, so that's really cool that they've got that. They are not doing standees. It's gone full mini now. And a lot of the minis have 2 styles, so to vary it up, which is very cool. Alright, it's super cool. You can check this out on your own. I just want to go into the updates to just look at some of the key art. We need to go to the current project view. And while we're here, I'll just make a note of... So this is the standalone that you want. If it's called standalone, because you can pull out a box and start playing it. If you get the expansion all in, you will have to open one of the boxes to play the other box. That's right. There's going to be shared components from episodes 1 and 2, and you're going to need to pull those components out to play episode 3. It's a little bit awkward. There is an add-on for an empty shared component box, and that in itself is just, you know, because you're going to have 3 boxes if you do that. So I'm just willing to pay the extra just to get the standalone where they all have the shared components. They have an update to show you what you're getting for that, but you can check that if you're interested. But personally, I don't want that. Just going to look at this key art as we go down these pages. This is looking fantastic. I love this art. Problem work placement spots you get when you've got that boat out there, and it's when you actually get off the island, there's going to be more activities making it difficult to escape. Love it. Replanking, so rebuilding of stuff that's going to happen. Heave ho, you know, the great picture of a dinosaur on the ship actually helping lift something on the boat. I love this, that you're using dinosaurs as workers. Fantastic. Oh, so cool. I love this. You go out into the island and it's not just dinosaurs, but you've got these acid pools out there and a massive serpent. Are you kidding me? I love this world. It's so cool. Yes, you go to these temples and you can see on this card that there is this super awesome artifact that lets you tame dinosaurs. So this is all within the theme. Some really interesting, almost anti-physics properties to some of these temples. So it has a little bit of sci-fi as well as this fantasy here, which is cool. I love this volcano shrine where you're actually going down to a temple that's been constructed in a volcano. Who the hell did that? And look at this giant dinosaur. They've not even announced that this mini's in the box yet, but this card art suggests there's going to be some kind of T-Rex, and I can't wait to discover what that is. Remember, episode 4 still not fully revealed, so this is going to be really interesting, but hold the phone, isn't this miniature that unlocked here the King of the Hill? So what do you mean you haven't seen it? It's here. Do we have more key art? We do. Dinos. Been running away from them. Now you can go in all of these and there's a little bit more art that you'll get, and it really does look fantastic. But really, do you want a Euro game that's medium weight? Yes. Do you want it highly thematic? Yes. Do you want it to be an Ameritrash but with actual thematic reasons for doing this? Yes. Do you like dinosaurs? Yes. Do you love the key art? Yes. Do you like Mindclash games? No, they're too heavy. Well, this one's medium weight. Yuppie. Oh, yes. This is the shop where you can get all of the games. Anyway, there was a little errata problem with episode 1, believe it or not. So yeah, you are getting like an upgraded version of episode 1 and 2 and all that good stuff. There's not much more really I want to say in it other than the fact that I'm ready to lock down once I've got episode 4 on the thing. And it's very clean. If I go to the pledge, yeah, it's the all-in standalone, and just put a wash on the minis and you get the Chronicle mode expansion in there, and it's 400 euros on the nose, and the shipping to Mexico is 117. Well, it is 4 games, so it's not too bad. Anyway, peeps, there you go. Perseverance, Castaway Chronicles. I'm 99% going to be late backing this. as soon as I find out more about episode 4. But like I say, I'm so excited to find out about episode 4. It looking like it's going to be fantastic. And you can see there's 8,000 people following, and I guess they're all in the boat that I'm in, just waiting for more about episode 4, and they're late back. It's going to be late back right until November, so you've got lots of time to think about this and research it like I've done. But trust me, I've been sucked in by this project, and I love everything that I've found and discovered about it. It looks genuinely the most exciting Eurogame I'll have in my collection, and that is a tall order that it has managed to do. Oh my goodness. Perseverance Castaway Chronicles, I've fallen in love with you, and I can't wait to get you to the table, but it's going to be 2025. Oh dear, but you'll be worth the wait. So there you go, peeps. Love to know the comments down below what you feel about the project and all that good stuff. And if you've got a question, I will answer it in the end of the month Q&A that I'll be doing. So look forward to that. So yeah, I've been your host, Lipstickpaddy. This is Kickstarter Radio 102.4. You take care, stay safe, and bye-bye for now.